Hello. So let me start by thanking our panelists for joining us today, representing the Technical Review Committee of the prize. So let us jump straight in and get started. And Gabby, if I may, I'd like to start with yourself and whether you can share a little about the evaluation process and how the winning team or teams were actually selected.
Sure, thanks, Ian. The Cooling Prize was designed to reward technologies that will make a difference in the world. And this means that they have to demonstrate not only that they can perform both in lab and field tests, but that they can meet this 5 times better climate impact, both through better energy efficiency and through a climate-friendly refrigerant. And they also have to do that sustainably and reliably. And most importantly, affordably. So there's a 2 times cost against a baseline unit that is an important criteria so that these technologies really can get deployed in the world to make an impact.
Toby, can you share what you found to be some of the most intriguing elements of the finalist technologies?
I think the range of approaches to the same challenge. So I was really excited to see the integration of multiple existing technologies into single solutions, but then also a diversity of new technologies. So for example, solid state cooling and the use of new materials to show where cooling can go. And of course, I was really pleased that everybody focused on ultra low or natural GWP refrigerants within the technology mixes.
Nihar, could you share a little bit about how the Technical Review Committee actually evaluated the 5 times lower climate impact when there's kind of 3 different testing approaches that were undertaken within the prize, the field test, the lab test, as well as ICER testing?
Thanks, Ian. Yes. First, the field test was given about 18% weighting, and the lab test was given about 82% weighting due to the uncertainty inherent in the field test. And the second, the ICER test was informational only and not used for evaluation purposes, partly because the ICER, as currently framed, cannot accurately capture the energy savings from some of the more innovative technologies that are coming online. And we'll be doing some follow-up work on that, on the metrics, to better capture the savings from these technologies. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, thank you, Nihar. You know, we've been together on this journey for pretty much the last 3 years. What have you actually learned by being a part of this process that you think is going to impact your future work, your work in the cooling space? What do you think is going to impact your future work?
One of the things that the process of doing the testing in a climate like India, where you have high humidity, is the recognition that there are parts of the world that are already experiencing combinations of extreme heat and humidity that are deadly, that are essentially at the limit of human threshold of survivability. And so these technologies that are winning this prize, that are reading these prize criteria, are also very efficient at managing humidity. And this is really critical to me going forward, is recognizing that when we deliver cooling and make that affordable and accessible, it has to deal both with the heat and the humidity.
I think that the industry, as well as startups, can provide the game-changing innovations. I think that's a really good learning for me. But and also that despite the lack of research investment for what has historically been a blind spot in the climate debate, this has just reaffirmed to me that this is a sector full of innovators who, if we get behind them, can deliver material pathways to meeting our climate targets.
I think a couple of things really come through for me. The first is a focus on getting the policy signal right, which means, of course, getting the efficiency metrics, the test procedures, and the standards kind of lined up. And then the second, we need a renewed focus on reduction in the costs, in the first cost, even beyond the 2x criteria that we had. And I think we'll likely focus on these 2 topics going forward.
Lots of learnings from the prize, Sukumar, but what does this actually mean for the people of India?
India has a poor penetration, but it still needs cooling for people's comfort because of high temperature and high humidity. And this is still not affordable now. And one of the another problem is its efficiency. Although we have star rating and improving the higher rating in the market, it's still not good enough. But what this challenge has done, competition has done is to throw open many opportunities, many windows of opportunities, and demonstrated that it is possible to overshoot the existing energy efficiency targets and still make it affordable. So it's important that we provide cooling for all. Yeah, so this is what I feel that this is going to do.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. In closing here, let me first express my sincere appreciation to our panelists, our technical review committee members that joined me here today. But that's not the full body of the technical review committee. We have other members, the 4 panelists here, actually representing the full body of the technical review committee. And just want to thank everyone for their dedication and support. And sincerely, thank you so much.
Thank you, Iain.
Thank you, Iain.
Thanks, Iain. It's been a pleasure.